You ever look at your bank account late at night and feel that quiet panic? Not the loud kind, not the dramatic kind, the silent one. The one that whispers, "What am I doing with my life?" Because deep down, you know something isn't right. You're working, you're trying, you're doing what everyone told you to do, but somehow it's still not enough. And then one day, you hear a piece of advice. Simple, almost too simple, but it hits you so hard. It changes everything. This advice touched 20 million people, not because it was complicated, not because it was new, but because it was true. And today, I'm going to tell it to you. But be careful, because once you hear it, you can't unhear it. And if you actually follow it, your life will never be the same. The advice is this: no one is coming to save you. That's it. Simple sentence. 7 words. But let that sink in for a second. No rich uncle is coming. No miracle job is waiting. No perfect moment will magically appear. And most importantly, no one is responsible for your financial future except you. Now I know that sounds harsh, but this is the moment where everything changes, because the second you accept this truth, you stop waiting. And when you stop waiting, you start building. Most people live their entire lives waiting, waiting for a better salary, waiting for the right time to invest, waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident. But here's the reality. While you're waiting, time is moving. And in money, time is everything. Let me tell you something most people learn too late. Wealth is not built in big moments. It's built in small, boring decisions, repeated daily. It's built when you choose to save instead of spend, when you invest instead of delay, when you learn instead of scroll. But people don't do this. Why? Because they think wealth comes from one big breakthrough, one big idea, one big investment, one lucky moment. But that's not how it works. Let's say you earn a normal income, nothing crazy, nothing special. Now imagine you save just a small amount every month, not huge, just consistent. And you invest it, not in something risky, but something steady. Now here's where it gets interesting. At first, nothing happens. Months go by, and it feels pointless. Years go by, and it still feels slow. And this is where most people quit, because they don't see results. But what they don't understand is money grows silently until it doesn't. There comes a point where everything starts to accelerate, and suddenly the small amounts you invested start turning into something big, but only if you stayed consistent long enough. And that's the problem. Most people never stay long enough to see it. They quit right before it works. They give up right before the breakthrough. They stop right before the reward. And then they say, investing doesn't work. No, consistency didn't happen. Let me give you a real-life picture. 2 people start at the same time. Same income. Same opportunities. Person A spends everything. New phone every year. Eating out every weekend. Living like money will always come. Person B is different. They still enjoy life, but they control it. They save a portion. They invest regularly. They think long term. Now fast forward 10 years. Person A is still working, still stressed, still stuck. Person B, they have options. And that's what money really gives you. Not luxury, not status. Options. The option to say no. The option to walk away. The option to live life on your terms. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't need to be rich to start. You need to start to become rich. But people reverse it. They say, I'll invest when I have more money. That's like saying, I'll start going to the gym when I get fit. It makes no sense. You don't wait to become ready. You become ready by starting. And yes, it's uncomfortable. At the beginning, it feels like sacrifice. You'll have to say no to things. You'll have to delay gratification. You'll have to be disciplined when no one is watching. But that's the price. And here's the thing. You're already paying a price. Right now. Every time you spend money without thinking, every time you delay learning, every time you ignore your future, you're paying with your time. And time is the one thing you can never get back. Let me ask you something. If I gave you two options right now, option one, $1,000 today. Option two, $1 every day. But it doubles every single day for a month. Most people take the $1,000 because it feels bigger, it feels immediate. But the second option, by the end of the month, it's worth millions. That's how money works. Slow at first, then suddenly unstoppable. But only if you're patient enough to let it grow. And patience is rare. In a world of instant everything, instant food, instant entertainment, instant results, people lose the ability to wait. And that's why most people never build wealth, because wealth requires time. It requires discipline. It requires faith in something you can't yet see. And that's hard. But let's go deeper, because money is not just about numbers. It's about mindset. If you believe money is hard to earn, you'll struggle. If you believe money is only for lucky people, you'll stay stuck. If you believe you're not capable, you'll never try. Your financial life is a reflection of your thinking. Change your thinking. You change your direction. Let me tell you something powerful. Rich people don't think differently because they have money. They have money because they think differently. They think long term. They think in assets, not expenses. They ask, how can I make this money work for me? Instead of asking, what can I buy next? And that one shift changes everything. Imagine every time money comes into your hands, instead of spending it instantly, you ask one simple question, how can this money make me more money? That question alone can transform your life because it forces you to think like a builder, not a consumer. And the world is designed to make you consume. Ads everywhere, social media pressure, people showing lifestyles you can't afford. It's a trap, and most people fall into it. They try to look rich instead of becoming rich. They spend money to impress people who don't even care, and in the process, they stay broke. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't need validation. It doesn't need attention. It grows in the background, slowly, consistently, powerfully. And one day it shows up, not as a flashy lifestyle, but as freedom. Freedom to wake up without stress. Freedom to choose your work. Freedom to live life on your terms. And that's worth everything. But here's the part no one tells you. The journey is lonely. When you start changing your habits, people will question you. They'll say you're being too strict, too focused, too serious, because you're not doing what they're doing. You're not spending like them. You're not thinking like them, and that makes them uncomfortable. But remember this, if you want a different life, you have to make different choices. You can't live like everyone else and expect different results. And yes, it's hard. There will be days you feel like giving up, days where progress feels invisible, days where you question everything, but those are the days that matter most, because discipline is not built when you feel motivated. It's built when you don't. And if you can push through those moments, you become unstoppable. Let me bring you back to that advice. No one is coming to save you. But here's the beautiful part. You don't need saving. You need awareness. You need action. You need consistency. Because everything you need is already within your control. You can learn. You can save. You can invest. You can grow. Step by step, day by day, decision by decision. And one day you'll look back at your life and realize that moment you stopped waiting was the moment everything changed. So tonight, or whenever you're watching this, make a decision, not a big dramatic one, a small, real one. Start saving something. Start learning something. Start investing something. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to begin. Because the biggest mistake you can make is doing nothing. And the best time to start is not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. It's now, right now, because your future is being built whether you act or not. The only question is, are you building it consciously or leaving it to chance? This advice touched 20 million people, but it only changes the lives of those who act on it. So don't just listen. Don't just feel motivated for a moment. Use it, apply it, live it. Because years from now, you won't remember this video, but you will live the results of the decisions you make today. And that is where everything begins.